Hey guys, today I want to talk about taking off old motorcycle tires. Now this is not going to be a method you use for your normal tire changing procedure, but this is a method you can use if you buy an old project bike and it's got some tires on it that have been on there for 30-40 years and they're hard as a rock and they need to be removed, but you want to save the rim. That's the important part. This method is very quick and doesn't involve really any special tools, probably stuff you have in the shop. So let's take a look at our example tire we have and see what we can do with it. So this should be a good wheel to do a demonstration on. This is a T160 Trident wheel, front wheel, and this tire is probably nearly original to the bike. May have been replaced at some time, but I'd say it's probably about 30 or 40 years old. Now this tire's not the hardest one I've ever seen, but it's pretty hard. The rubber is not very supple anymore, and you can see it's very worn out. The worst part about these is the bead. Now the bead is not going to want to move. As you can see, I can get it a little bit off, so I should be able to get it off the bead of the rim pretty easily, but it's going to be a real pain trying to get over that rim and off the wheel. So as you can see, this rim has a little bit of rust on it. However, I think with a little bit of steel wheel, a lot of that's going to come off. It's not all going to come off. It's not going to be perfect, but it is an original rim. It can be re-chromed, it can be painted. So we definitely want to try to save it. There's no dents or dings on it. So let's see how we're going to take this tire off. So I think you can see here that this is an old tire. You see all that cracking? And once again, this is not going to be the hardest one to get off. You could probably take this off with tire irons, but I'm just going to use this as a demonstration for demonstration purposes. A lot of times you'll get them where you can't even get your tire iron in there initially, and that's okay. Because this one was probably kept deflated, it has not stuck as badly to the rim, so that's okay. It's just for a demonstration, but keep in mind this one probably could be taken off with tire irons without too much of an issue. Heat up the tire a little bit with a heat gun or something like that, but trust me, you're going to come across some that are much harder than this. So let's do the first thing. Normally the first thing I would do is take valve stem out, the valve core, and get all the air out. In this case it's not necessary, but in actuality with this method it's not going to be necessary anyway. So the tools I'm going to use for this are a Sawzall. I have a collection of blades here, but you really only need one blade. If you only have one blade, you need a metal cutting blade. You can also use a coarse tooth blade, and I'll show you why I like that in a minute, but you need the metal cutting blade for cutting the bead. So if you have just one blade, it's a metal cutting blade is what you're going to need. Tire iron, just a short bungee strap, and a piece of bent metal, which I will show you what it does in a moment. So to get through the initial tread, I like to use a little bit of an aggressive Sawzall blade. You can also use a thin blade for metal. It will just create a little bit more heat and take a little bit longer. However, we will be needing a metal cutting blade, so that's the most important blade, is actually the metal cutting blade. So then the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to put just kind of got the tire leaning up here against this pole, got my foot on the bottom of the rim, just kind of holding it steady, and I'm going to cut through the tread and part way down. Now when I get past the tread, that's thick, so it's going to take a second, but when we get past the tread it's going to cut very easily. In fact, it's going to cut just like butter. So you got to be careful that you control your saw. And what I like to do is I like to come and tilt the saw after I get through the tread, and then cut down on one side until just before the rim. You can go as far to the rim as you feel comfortable with. And then I'll flip the tire around and I'll do the same thing on the other side, keeping the Sawzall at an angle to the tire so that I'm not cutting straight across and I don't run the risk of cutting the other side when I don't mean to. So let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, I've cut down just almost to the rim. That's as far as I need to go on this side. I'm going to turn it around, and we'll do this side. Same thing, just right down to the rim. That's far enough. Now, this is probably going to break some of the bead loose, which is going to help you if you do have one that's stuck on the bead. So then you can start and go around and make sure you're off the bead all the way around. And you want to do that on both sides. Now, if it's a really, really tight one, what you can also do is do this cut again, but do it, about six inches away. That'll loosen it up even a little bit more, because what you're doing is you're breaking the bond of the rubber. So once we got to this point, then we can use our little metal tab. Now this, like I said, is just a piece of sheet metal. I've just put a bend in it. Doesn't really matter how the bend is, but you'll see what I'm going to do with it here. So we're going to take our tire iron, get up under the bead, pull it up as far as you can, get your piece of metal up under there. And what I like to do is kind of get the metal right under the tire iron, like that. And you see it is directly under the cut where we're going to be cutting. Take our bungee cord and we'll put it on the spokes around the tire iron just to hold it there. So just so there's no confusion, you see I have the bungee cord there, and the piece of metal is directly under the cut. The tire iron is going over the metal just a little bit to hold it down. We're going to switch out our blade for a metal cutting blade, and I like to use a short one with this. You can use a long one, but I prefer the short one because it's a little bit more controllable. Same thing, foot on the bottom. Now what's going to happen here is you're going to cut through the bead, and the bead has a piece of it's not really cable, but it's metal embedded in there. So you definitely need a metal cutting blade. As you cut through the bead, it's just going to pop free once it goes through. And probably what's going to happen is this the metal piece here that's holding it is going to dislodge. And that's okay. Just be aware that it's going to happen. So this piece of metal is going to protect your rim when the blade goes through it, but it's likely to pop out. So as soon as you feel that bead breaking, you want to immediately come off the trigger and pull off, just so you don't run the risk of rebounding back into the rim. So let's give it a shot here. Just like that. So you see our piece of metal popped out. It has a cut on it probably. The rim, absolutely no cuts whatsoever. As you can see, the rim is untouched, no cuts whatsoever. The tire is now separated, and all we got to do is do the other side, and we've got our tire off. Okay, let's do one more. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging. It is holding air a little bit, and it's a lot stiffer, and it is not off the bead. So I'm going to do this one in real time. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it, and we'll see how long it takes us. So there you go, guys. It's quick, it's dirty. It's not for every tire, obviously, but it's a good trick to have in the bag for those times that, that you need it. So what do you do with your old tires once you get them all cut off? Well, in my city, it costs me about $7 per tire, whether it's a car tire or a motorcycle tire, to dispose of. So what I like to do with them is cut them up and put them into trash bags and put them on my curb. No, I really don't do that. What I actually like to do with them is cut them into quarters. They make good edging for around paths and you know, around your shed. You know, all kinds of different uses you can use with them. And if you have any uses you like to use with them, please leave those in the comments. As always, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. What are you doing peeing on my tires, dog?